Hey team, welcome to the numbers game. I'm Coach T, and in this tutorial, we're going to be finding torsion. Now before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel for notifications on more math tutorials. Alright, now let's take a look at this example. Our example says find the torsion of the curve t squared, t cubed as a function of t, and of course we're going to use the torsion formula to do this. And here it is. However, I want to reformat this formula. The numerator can be rewritten as the first derivative of the curve cross the second derivative of the curve dot the third derivative of the curve. And also the denominator can be rewritten as the magnitude of the first derivative of the curve cross the second derivative of the curve squared. So I'm actually going to rewrite the formula. So this is the version that we'll use. It's more digestible, quite frankly, and easier to understand, easier to work with. And so this is the version of the torsion formula that we're going to use to solve our example. And speaking of, let's start to find the torsion of our curve. So we're given the curve t squared, t cubed, and the torsion formula requires that we find the first, second, and third derivative of this curve. And so that's what we'll do first. The first derivative equals 1, 2t, 3t squared. The second derivative equals 0, 2, 6t. And the third derivative equals 0, 0, 6. Referencing the torsion formula, in the numerator and the denominator, the first and second derivative of the curve are being crossed. And so we'll use the cross product formula to solve this. Here, a will be the first derivative of our curve, and b will be the second derivative of our curve. This means for the first derivative, this will be our a sub x, a sub y, and a sub z. And for the second derivative, this will be our b sub x, b sub y, and b sub z. So now that we've identified these terms, let's plug them into the cross product formula. We get 12t squared minus 6t squared, 0 minus 6t, 2 minus 0. Then this simplifies to 6t squared, negative 6t, 2. Now that we've got the cross product, let's finish out the numerator of the formula. That is, we'll find the first derivative of the curve cross the second derivative of the curve dot the third derivative of the curve. That's 6t squared negative 6t 2 dot 0, 0, 6. 6t squared times 0 is 0, plus negative 6t times 0 is 0, plus 2 times 6 equals 12. And so our final answer for the dot product is 12. This is our numerator, and so I'm just going to plop it right into the formula. So the numerator is 12. Now lastly, let's start to solve for the denominator. The magnitude of the cross product of the first and second derivative is going to equal the square root of 6t squared squared plus 6t squared plus 2 squared. And then our formula says that the magnitude is being squared, so we'll just square all of this. Of course, the exponent cancels out the square root, so this just leaves us with everything that was under the square root. And this can all be simplified to 36t raised to 4 plus 36t squared plus 4. And so then this will be our denominator. And there you have it. We found the torsion of our function. If this video was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up, like the video, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for notifications on more math tutorials. I'm Coach T, and thanks for watching the numbers game.